guys, welcome back. So this is my October TBR, and yeah, I'm well aware we're already in October. It's a bit late. I had planned on posting this a bit sooner, but just couldn't make up my mind what I wanted to read. I have a couple books up here that I've kind of decided against. One was a buddy read that it's going to be postponed, and some of the other ones, a lot of them are just YA, and I just wasn't in the mood for a lot of these titles. I do still have some in my TBR that I think I'm a little more interested in, so I've kept them there, but I've kind of tried to choose a few things beyond YA. I've got even a manga and some short stories and an adult horror, so we'll try to broaden the selection a little bit, you might say. But let's go ahead and get started. The first one I have is a collection of short stories by Shirley Jackson. It's called The Lottery and Other Stories. The main reason I picked this up is because I want to read The Lottery. I keep hearing a lot of people saying it's like the scariest short story ever. It's even described that way: powerful, haunting, superbly contrived, nights of unrest. Now, I actually already read this in the past couple of days, because today's October 6th as I'm filming this. And I gotta say, I felt it was a bit overhyped. I didn't find it all that scary. It is about a creepy village and what this lottery is about. And it's only like 12 pages long, so I was wondering just how scary it could be. But I think the hype just kind of made it seem like it would be a lot more terrifying than it turned out to be. So I don't know if I'll read any more in this. We'll see. I do have quite a few books I do want to get through, but I will eventually read some of these stories. I'm also not a big fan of short stories, with the exception of the author of the next book I have here, the next collection. So that could play a part in it too. Maybe I need more of a story. But the author I'm referring to that I do enjoy his works is, of course, Edgar Allan Poe. This is the Complete Tales and Poems of Poe in the Barnes & Noble leather-bound edition. I just love this edition. I've already read The Raven. I have to read that every year. It's my favorite poem. And then I also read The Fall of House of Usher. I may read a couple other short stories in here. We'll see if I have time. But I wanted to read that one specifically because the next book I have is a retelling of it by Bethany Griffith, and it's called The Fall. This is a YA book, and I'll just read how the description is back here. It says, Madeline Usher is doomed. The House of Usher lives and breathes around her. For generations it has seen every Usher spiraling into madness. It claimed her mother and father, now it wants Madeline and her twin brother. No one can help them. But no other Usher in the generations of their haunted family has known the house the way Madeline does. She may finally be the one who could destroy it all. Until she wakes up in a coffin. So yeah, looking forward to see what this author does with that original short story. The next one I have is book 3 in a series, the Devouring series. It is entitled Fearscape, and it's by Simon Holt. The very first book in this series actually gave me a nightmare. It is about a group of beings called Devourers. It says they are evil, demonic beings that inhabit human bodies on a starry night during the darkest hours of the winter solstice. And what they can do is trap people in their nightmares and feed off that energy. One of the characters in that first book had a nightmare where they were trapped in where they were drowning. And I myself cannot swim, and I had a similar nightmare after reading that book where I was surrounded by water, I was holding my dog, there was nowhere to go. I was still able to keep my feet in the ground, but the water was rising. And no help anywhere. So I freaked out and woke up in kind of a bit of a panic. But I'm looking forward to finishing off the series on that one. The next one is also a sequel. It's the second book in the series. I don't know what the series is called, but it follows the book Asylum, and this is called Sanctum by Madeline Rue. And it follows 3 students, Dan, Abby, and Jordan. They are attending a summer school in the first book, and the dormitory they were supposed to be staying at was under construction. So there was a renovated asylum, like bunks and things like that where they could stay in, where the students were able to use as a dormitory. And these 3 students kind of went off exploring into the depths of the asylum and unearthed something that now doesn't seem to want to let them go. It's sort of like a Ransom Briggs type book where there's like interesting photography throughout that kind of plays a part in the story. And I really enjoyed that's a nice creepy house. I really enjoyed the first one, so I'm looking forward to continuing that. And I do also own the third book, which is called Catacombs, back behind me somewhere. I think it's maybe right there. The next one I have is a manga, and it's called Corpse Party, Blood Covered, Volume 1 by Makoto Katowin. And it says, a stormy night, a harmless ghost story, a silly pact intended to symbolize their friendship. But before the students of Class 2-9 at Kisaragi Academy know what's happening, they've been swept up in a living nightmare that threatens to consume them all. When the spirits emerge, will even their friends be left to hear them scream? It sounded really good. There's some pretty creepy things going on in this. So the artwork alone kind of grabbed me, and yeah, I thought I'd include that in my TBR. And the last one is an adult horror book I have, and it's a chunker by James Herbert. It's entitled Ash. It tops off at nearly 700 pages. I have one of his other books on my shelves, The Secret of Crickley Hall. I haven't actually read it. It's also huge like this, but I saw the, I think it's a BBC production. It was like a mini-series of it anyway. So I kind of was too familiar with the story, and I didn't want to pick that one up just yet. I think I'll set it aside for sometime down the road. But I saw this one at a used shop and went ahead and picked this one up. And it's about a ghost hunter by the name of David Ash. He's called to Cormoric Castle, a desolate ancient place. It says with a dark heart, to investigate a series of disturbing events. There's also some kind of curse that follows the family there, and apparently it's unleashed by evil of those who once inhabited their supposed sanctuary and by those who still do. So yeah, basic haunted house, ghost investigation type thing, and looking forward to kind of just diving into this. So that's kind of one of my main goals, this one in the fall, I think. And then we'll see if I am able to finish off anything else. So that's my TBR for this month. Hope you enjoyed it. Let me know if you guys are reading anything spooky this month. And I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.